Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. So I've been invited by Kyla Richard Saunders, who hosts a show. It's called Caribbean Women in Law. So I've been invited and I'm going to be sharing this live with you all. Let's get this down. So I'm going to be sharing this with you because I know that a lot of persons will be able to benefit from the information that will be shared on this live this evening. And I think it's much better to have, yeah, and she's now live. Okay. Hello. Good evening. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Quite chill, just wrapping up a long day. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation. Of course. That's Carrie, and good night. How are you, Carrie? Osgood, Osgood Hall. Mhm. Thank you. So I do not have that linear path to law. I never wanted to be a lawyer, never saw myself as a lawyer growing up. As a matter of fact, I wanted to be a biologist. I was quite intrigued by animals. I watched a lot of Discovery Channel growing up, would read the National Geographic books. Yeah. It was my husband, actually. We were just married 2011. And, just there idly passing time. And he said to me, "Can you say your ABCs backwards?" And apparently, his expectation was that I would say verbatim, repeat what he just said, say ABC backwards. And I said the alphabet from Z to A. And he went, "You're wasting that brain of yours. You need to do." And I don't know why he never said, yeah, I don't know why he never said medicine. He just said, "You need to do law." And I was like, "Okay, you want to challenge me?" And I applied to University of London. By then, I would have already matriculated from UIMONA with the double major in environmental science. Yeah, so I applied. I was accepted as a grad student, and rest is history, as they say. Not a career in environmental science. So I had the qualification, but I was unable to find any sort of employment in that field. So I taught. I actually taught at the high school and college levels in Jamaica. I taught the sciences, so biology, physics. I taught some math as well, and environmental toxicology. At CASE, it's the College for Agricultural Sciences. And I also taught at the Montego Bay Community College. Mhm. That's right. Actually, I didn't start as a teacher. I started in the BPO industry, and I started as a sales representative for Delta Airlines. So that would have been via e-services, which, yeah. So I started with that double major earning. You were in Jamaica, right? So you're quite familiar with the currency, earning $1,000, well, 1,200 every week. And this is 2009. Yes. That's my start. Yeah, a week, because that's what you get while you're on training. So, and I learned a lot being there. I met a lot of people who, some of them I'm still in contact with right now. Um, and I want to say to people who have a similar, and as you rightly said, a lot of persons are now graduates and they're unable to find any sort of employment in the areas, the sectors that they are currently qualified in. Do not sit and wait for the ideal job to pass your way or to land in your lap. Go out, make something of, try to use what you have. And if it is that you are unable to find any sort of employment, by all means, create that opportunity for yourself. Mhm. Mhm. Definitely. I'm from Jamaica. Yes, I'm from Yard. Again, Mr. Russell kept pushing me. He heard about the express entry, which is the pathway for skilled workers to apply for permanent residence from their home countries. And he kept, for me, I was comfortable. By then I was I was holding a top position in a major tour operator in the Caribbean, Chaka, and I was their marketing officer. And I was properly compensated, so I was comfortable. And he kept saying, "Let's make the move for or child." I had a baby at the time, and I started exploring what it would take. Did the application myself, submitted it in 2017 August, I think, or July 28th. I think it was just about the start of August or the end of July. Anyhow, we got our invitation to apply the next month, maybe September. And then we were issued our confirmation of permanent residence in January 2, 2018. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Mhm. He's a visionary. I gotta give him that. Yeah. Mhm. So the challenge would not, I wouldn't associate it with me being a woman per se. I think it's more so me being an immigrant and not being accustomed to the society, not understanding what the expectations are. In Canada, there is really that linear pathway to becoming licensed, right? There is doing your LSATs, getting into law school, pursuing that Juris Doctor, which is what it's called here. It's not an LLB degree, it's a JD. And after the JD, you select the law society that you want to, be licensed by, pursue their licensing process, which looks like sitting some exams and fulfilling their experiential training program, which is like, it's called articling, but it's like internship. Not being aware or not being privy to the fact that this is really what you need to do, you can definitely feel lost and you can become lost in the system. So how I overcame that was to network. And when you land here as an immigrant, regardless of the field that you find yourself in, regardless of the sector, ensure that you are networking, ensure that you are speaking to other professionals who have already gone that pathway, or persons who are licensed, who are currently performing the job, the task that you aspire to one day perform. Ask them the hard questions, the how, the what, the why, like what do I need to do? Do not be shy. This is the place to spread your wings, this meaning Canada, right? And you said something, and it's really my driving force. The fact that as a region, as a group of people, Caribbean natives are quite diligent, we're industrious, we're quite qualified. English is our first language for the most part. So the assimilation process, the transition to Canada is not going to be that difficult for us in comparison to other nationals who are coming from East, where English would be their second language, for example. They're coming from maybe South America, other Latin American regions. It's going to be another hurdle for them to first understand the culture, then being able to speak the language. So I think we need to, based on that premise, explore these opportunities, be more willing, more open-minded to see what Canada has to offer, which is a lot, by the way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love when that question is posed to me because I do get an opportunity to share with people what really jolted me to pursue becoming an entrepreneur in this space. So while I landed as a permanent resident, because Canada has over 80 pathways, one of the most popular pathway is where persons come in as students attend university or college, and because after gaining your Canadian credential, you are able to apply for a post-graduation work permit, and working in Canada allows one to be able to apply for PR. I was able to interact with a lot of temporary residents. So yes, they were here in Canada, but they did not have this sort of security that I had or the support, because as a Canadian, I had access to student loans and grants from the government. An international student would not have that. They would have to fund their studies on their own or to seek the assistance of a family member, right? And interacting with my colleagues allowed me to become exposed to some of the obstacles they had to face. And it really tugged at my heart. And for me, I kept asking myself, what if I could make the transition more seamless for future international students? What if I was able to provide a service that could provide them with peace of mind? And for me, that's what birthed College Pass Recruitment, which is where we pretty much hold people's hands to take them here to study. And it's not just Canada, by the way, it's the US, Australia, and the UK as well. No. Yeah, so College Pass Recruitment offers end-to-end services, and by end-to-end, we mean from admissions coaching to help you select the program and institution, all the way to airport pickup, resume drafting, and getting a job, getting you settled for 4 countries: Canada, the US, Australia, and the UK. And we will connect you with the professionals that you need to be connected with. If it is that you need to know which bank offers the best credit cards, where do I get my social insurance number, just the basic. Well, for us who are already assimilated, and already accustomed to the society, it may seem basic, right? But for a newcomer, not knowing where to catch the bus, it can be so overwhelming. Not knowing where to go and get that social insurance number, not knowing where to shop. I remember coming in as an immigrant, you're coming with all this money, and you do a search, where do I find kitchen utensils, and you're gone to Home Sense, which is like a high-end sort of. Yes, and I recall, I was like, why didn't I go to Walmart? But if you have that sort of community that you can rely on to send a WhatsApp message or to call and say, where do I buy this? It makes a world of a difference. And that for me is the value I add to the lives of the people that I interact with. That for me is what makes such a difference in the lives of my clients, because I mean, from the point of that initial call or email, right to them selecting jobs, they're still connecting with me. Mhm. I I love it. Mhm. 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 There you go. There you go. I love the fact that you're simply able to connect the dots and just figure everything out. Brilliant. But yes, throwing the rope back is my mission. And I do feel fulfilled daily. I believe that I am living my purpose, which is to add value to the lives of everyone that I come across. Mm, yes, beautiful. Mhm. For me, what is most fulfilling is when I am able to either arrange an airport pickup for someone or when I get some photos, because I tell you, my people keep me up to date with their progress. So if I get some photos of my first day at work or um, I'm about to take my child now to so and so, so like the immigrants who are landed as PR. Oh, I got a recent message. So one of my clients, her son was drafted to play for a local, I think his school's football, but now he's going to move from province to province, playing playing football. And let me tell you, real tears well up. Real tears. That for me is a very fulfilling moment, knowing that I was able to not just inspire and encourage someone to make the move, but I was able to hold their hand, right? And I could witness it from start to not finish, but it blossoming into something even more beautiful. That makes me feel fulfilled. And yeah. So your other question on how you're able to find me, and I think this causes some sort of confusion at times. But we've tried to redirect persons, but because I'm the face of both Yannick Russell Law and College Pass Recruitment, oftentimes people will come to the law firm intending to get college admissions or applicate right application completion services. So the link in my bio will allow you to see the website for all three of my companies. So if it is that you want assistance with the actual application to the Canadian government for a visa, permit, or for permanent residence application, then you're going to the law firm, Yannick Russell Law. By the way, I do offer other areas, other services in other areas of practice, like wills and estates and corporate law. But if it is that you want recruitment, college recruitment or work, I've launched the temporary foreign worker recruitment section or arm of College Pass. Then College Pass Recruitment's website is where you need to go. And if it is that you're looking for These services globally, so you're looking now to US, UK, Australia, then global immigration services is where you need to head. So I'm wearing three hats. I'm wearing three hats, but definitely just hit that link in the bio and you will be able to navigate from there. You're most welcome. Same here. Yes, and let's stay connected, please. Take care, everyone. Thank you guys for listening in. Thank you for watching that interview. It really was quite nice and, quick to the point, inspiring. And I hope you were able to jot down a few nuggets. And if you're thinking of connecting with me, I hope you were able to, you know, document how you can reach out. Visit any of our websites, collegepassrs.com or yrussellpc.com or gis-ja